You've got emails to read and reply to, but it feels like it's a life and death situation. Every time you take the next step, learn something new, and it's a bit hard, it feels like your body is a pressure cooker about to explode. And you just get a very overwhelming sense that you're just wired. And at the same time, you're tired as well. And you can't slow down and take the moment to actually absorb and consider what you've learned from your coaches and the programs and courses that you've been in. It just feels like you're go, 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 and you need to be somewhere right now, urgently. And as a result, your clients don't get the breakthroughs they have because you're trying so hard to fix them and you're trying so hard to help them fix their problem that a lot of them just get overwhelmed as well and they resist. And then you're wondering, what the hell? These are signs of the fight or flight sympathetic nervous system in action. So stay tuned until the very end because this is how we're going to fix it. Right now, this is currently costing you thousands of dollars per week because you can't get anything done. You have the energy, but the actual focus and quality that you're producing isn't good standards, so you're not getting the results that you want. And also, this gets you really, really tired and you feel like you're crashing by the end of the day. So you don't have any energy and it takes you days to recover, meaning your business is inconsistent instead of growing it more consistently. And then your clients don't get results because they can feel your overwhelm and your exhaustion and just the very erratic and chaotic energy that you're emanating. And so all of these symptoms, as I mentioned, are symptoms of the fight or flight response. This is the second line of defense of our nervous system. The nervous system's one biggest and main goal is to keep us alive another day. It's its only role. Therefore, every second, it is always looking around and sensing to see if there's any danger. Now, depending on how well we've taken care of our nervous system, for a lot of the times, especially if you can resonate with the symptoms that I just mentioned, what your nervous system has done is that it's defaulted into the second of line of defense immediately, and has defaulted into the pattern of fight or flight instead of taking the time to consider being really present and tapping into the state of flow instead of defaulting to that very normal state that we all have access to, it has then become more hyper vigilant and more aware. So it's kind of like you have an internal surveillance system, you have an inner alarm system in your body, but instead of the alarm system only going off if there's an intruder, it's going off if there is a leaf being blown. So it is putting the alarms on when there's really nothing to actually be worried about, because that has been throughout time. It has learned that pattern. And the best thing about our nervous system is that it can also learn to go back to the default if it knows what to do, if you give it the right stimulus. And so this is usually the first thing that I talk about inside my all of my nervous system courses. Because when you understand this, you can have more compassion with regards to why you're acting the way you're acting. And my 3,000 nervous system students and current clients right now, they used to be people who think or thought that there's something wrong with them, like there's something wrong. I'm freaking out over nothing. I'm freaking out over an email. I'm freaking out over a piece of content from a stranger or a comment from a stranger that I really don't know. And that's because your system has just defaulted into fight or flight and highly defensive response. But when you can train your system to lower those guards and actually tap back more into your parasympathetic nervous system state, which is rest, digest, also being very reasonable. Your critical thinking is on, everything feels clear. You take action naturally and it feels like in flow. When you know how to tap into that, all those problems of the exhaustion, doing hard things aren't as hard. It doesn't feel like life or death when you open emails. Your clients actually will get immediate results and trust you because you are coming from a very grounded, neutral state. And so, one of the biggest ways that you can get out of this is to move. In my world, motion is regulation. And so I teach this in all of my courses, and I encourage my students to always do this. And what they find is they say, yeah, you know what? I haven't been moving as much, especially when starting my business, especially when things are very busy in my business. But that is the most important time you need to move, especially we're health practitioners. A lot of our stuff are at the desk, right? And so if you're stagnant in 7 hours, no wonder you're anxious, right? No wonder everything feels off because our bodies are naturally meant to move. No wonder your business feels stagnant because your body is stagnant as well. That's what you're carrying 100% of the time, right? And so for you, it can be something really easy, like breaking things up during the day, making sure you take frequent breaks to just pace around. It doesn't have to be anything big. It can be, doing 10 squats every hour, right? It could be doing 10 push-ups every hour. It could be just being really present with your food or even just standing up as you're eating. Get that blood flow going. Because when you do this frequently throughout the day and not just the 1 hour workout that you've planned, you have 24 hours in the day. And if you're only active in one, is that going to be as helpful? Of course, working out is helpful, but it's more going to be more beneficial for you if you add these in throughout the day. And I'm a big believer of frequent movement snacks throughout the day. That's what I call them. So, what is that for you? Share them. Share what movement snack you are committing to today to help you move this energy around. I am all about real-time regulation and not just about meditating for like that 1 hour a week class that you signed up for. Because truth of the matter is, you are going to be with yourself. You are going to be answering those emails. You are going to be the one with your clients. And if you know and regulate in the moment, that's going to be a lot better than the 1 hour breath work that you're doing, right? Because it's not specific, and that's not how the brain and nervous system thrives anyway. It thrives on specificity. And so that's why I teach my students this. More frequent is always better than trying to get huge workouts in. And especially if you're someone who is busy, right? You may just have a little bit of time per week and a little bit of leeway per day, and you just want to regulate. This is one of the best things that you can use. And also, this is why it's so important, and my clients really value the work that we do together because I give them specific personalized approach that work well for where they're at in their business, where they're at in their life, where their goals are, because you need to take those into consideration as well with regards to how you want to move this, right? And so for you right now, what type of movement helps you? What are you committing to? Do this for yourself. This is not for me. I already know how to move frequently. And so if you are someone who does freak out over emails, who is very anxious when you are in sales calls and you talk too much in sales calls, if your clients feel resistant and they are having a hard time getting their breakthroughs and taking action as well. If every hard thing that you are doing in your business feels very overwhelming and stressful, if you're feeling wired but tired, what is something that you can do starting today to help move your energy around so that you regulate and so that you use up the fight or flight system and down regulate into the parasympathetic nervous system? Let me know, comment below, keep yourself accountable. And if this helped you, make sure you share with your biz friend. Or if you want a customized approach, I have a few spots per week for the initial consults that will help you with one of the biggest sabotage patterns you have. And I'll give you a very personalized approach to help you start the momentum in your business again so that you stop leaking thousands per week and client results and your reputation. So I will see you around.